Gary, we're coming to the end of another busy day in your office. How are things going?
You're right, busy day again, but good busy at the same time. Over the course of the summer, as you see me on a daily basis, that it's been quite hectic. Calls, meetings with agents, players, to get to where we are today. So it's been some good work gone on, a lot of hard work and graft, but also very, very good at the same time.
You're happy with where you are at the moment, given that we still haven't started pre-season yet?
Yeah, considering where we were day one when I was appointed, players that were under contract and that were still here, and big decisions had to be made on players that were here last season, to get to where we are, just before going into day one of our pre-season programme. Yeah, I'm very pleased. How
do you assess your signings so far? On the face of it, I think justifiably the supporters seem to be quite excited and impressed.
Well, that's nice to hear. We've tried to put together a squad that will be, competing amongst themselves firstly. So, even though it would be a small squad, players can play in, maybe 2/3 different positions. So there's going to be competition. That can only be healthy on the training ground and also in our team selection. But once they wear that shirt, we expect them to go out there and perform. And if they've got that shirt and they perform, they keep it. So we want that competition, and the players that we've brought in, as I've already said, can play in a number of positions.
Definitely, at this level with that small squad, that versatility is one of the most important qualities that any player can bring.
That's key. It's key to it. I think sometimes when players know that they're going to be playing all the time and they don't have to look over their shoulder, there can be a comfort zone, if you like. But I'm going to try and make sure that doesn't happen here.
Definitely, and there's a lot of players who are well known to you already from various different clubs. I suppose it's important to know their ability, of course, but also the character and how they'll interact in the dressing room.
Yeah, there's a few of the lads that I've worked with before, and again, I'm looking forward to working with them. There's some new lads in there that I'm excited about working with, to help and develop and progress, this club, our club, and also them as well, and in the future, who knows where they could possibly end up. Hopefully they can become league players again at some point, but no, I'm looking forward to working with them. The lads that I know, they know how we want to play, they know how I work, but I also know what their personality and character's like, and that's going to be important through a long, hard season.
You seem to be setting the bar pretty high and getting the most out of what everybody knows is not far from a limitless budget. How have you gone about identifying players and kind of shaping the squad?
As we know, the budget is the budget, and I know last year, the budget, was it, it is what it is. No different to this year. There's no one. The board have been very good, but the budget is the budget, the same as last year. So it's as simple as that. You've got to try and be creative with it, and that's what we've tried to do. So up until this point, we've brought in some players who I want to be better than the level. Because if you get players that are better than the level, hopefully you can give yourself a chance in the league. So you have to be creative with that, and we have been up to this point.
But the likes of J. Cole, Scott Rendell, Will Evans, Liam Bellamy come in today. They're players who are used to success, used to competing at the right end of the table, and they've got that winning mentality.
Important, it's vital. But they're good. Not only are they good players, they're good characters, good people. And during a hard, long season, there's going to be, dips in your form and your results, and you want them people to step forward. As I've already stated before, it's a case of, it's been difficult for the club over the last few years, and that's no fault of anybody's, but that's the way it's been, and we have to stop that and try and turn this and make it a difficult place to come to again. And that's the first thing. No one's got a magic wand. It's not going to be an overnight success, or we've got to build something now that's going to be maintained here for not just a month or two or for one season. It's got to be here for a number of years where we can build some success and we can all move forward together. That takes time.
With the attacking quality that you're bringing in, particularly, that if nothing else, there should be goals in the team.
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so, and you know, I think everybody here knows how I'd like to set the teams up to play. In that top end of the team, we've got a lot of competition, and you know, when you look at some of their goal scoring achievements in their career, you know, you'd like to think that if we can create the chances, you know, they'll finish it off for us, and we'll be able to pick points up and be in a decent position in the table. You know, on the flip side of that, we've got to be able to create the chances. All right, having them bodies in the top half of the pitch, we've got to then be able to create chances for them. So, you know, I think I set the stall out early part, get them strikers in who we wanted. Now we're looking, you know, further back, you know, in the back four and in the midfield areas. So, yeah, that's beginning to come together for us now.
Pre-season has come around very quickly. It starts on Wednesday. Are you looking forward to getting out on the training ground?
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to getting back on the grass with the players, working with them. You know, we start Wednesday, but we've got a game on Friday, which is not perfect, not ideal in terms of our training program, but it's in the program. I understand the reasons behind it. I was fully aware of it before I come in. And it's a good game for us, let's make no mistake about it, but there will be a lot of players who play in that game that possibly won't be too familiar, or the supporters won't be too familiar with them. You know, there'll be a number of players who will be playing to try and get a contract as well at the club, so we'll use that as for want of a better way of putting it, a trial game, but there will be lads who've signed here will be taking part in that game as well. So there could be a strong 11, and there could be an 11 that go out in possibly second half that are here on trial to show what they're capable of.
In that you have got a list of trialists lined up and ready to come in and fight for that contract?
Yeah, no, most definitely. The lads that have signed will be back in on Wednesday. The lads that are going to take part on the Friday game, so-called trialists, will be training with us on Thursday, with a view to us having a look at them for the game on Friday.
A lot of players, as they've come in, have said how much they enjoy working with you, and particularly how much they enjoy training with you, that your sessions are hard work but fun as well.
Yeah.
Is it, when a lot of players feel that pre-season is something to be endured, is it important to you that the players train with a smile on their face, that they enjoy it as well as work hard?
Yeah, it's not only about training with a smile on their face and work out. I want them to have a smile on their face on a match day. I want them to enjoy their football. I want them to be relaxed. I want them to be able to show everybody why they've come to this club, what ability they've got, and you can't do that if they're uptight and tense. You know, I'm going to try and get that away from them. But you know, it's nice that players have said that, but it's about them. It's not about me. It's how they go about their business. We'll all put the training program in place. They will have to work hard during the pre-season for them to start the first league game of the season. It's as simple as that. And as I've touched on already, there will be competition. So nobody's going to be guaranteed. They've got to earn the right.
One big decision that you've made already is bringing James Rowe as your assistant. What's your thinking behind that? Why have you chosen James for such an important role?
Well, we worked together at the Premier League. 3 years ago or so. Bright person, bright lad, forward-thinking coach, wanted to work at first team level, has been brave enough, if you like, to go overseas for his own development, and I just thought it was the right time for him now to have an opportunity to work alongside senior players. I know at West Ham he was working with under 21 players, but now this is part of his further development, so I'm really looking forward to working with him.
He seems to bring a good balance in his experience as a prolific non-league striker, but also working at the very highest level of academy football in England, and also, as you said, going abroad working with the Johan Cruyff Institute. He's working with elite coaches, not just in football but in other sports. So he brings a huge technical knowledge with him.
Yeah, there's a lot of strings to his bow, and he's very good at all of them. And he's very enthusiastic. He wants to learn. He's like a sponge. He'll take everything on board, but he's his own man at the same time. He'll make decisions. He'll have license to take, you know, sessions, be in control of that. But I just want him to develop also, and he's a very hard-working guy and somebody who I've worked with in the past. I know him, and I'm really looking forward to working with him again.
Between you, the enthusiasm is clear. You've already said it. You're ready to go. You've spent enough time in meetings, in the office, on the phone. You want to get out there working with players.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. Is you have to, you know, it's all part and parcel of, you know, the close season, the summer period, where it's quite interesting really. Everybody sees the last game of the season, everybody shuts down and goes off on holiday. That is probably the most important period for a manager, because it is non-stop. It's non-stop anyway, but you know, you've seen it, and everybody here has seen it. What we've been doing in the close season, and we all want to assemble a team and a squad day one, you know, once the season's finished. But it takes time, and there's been a lot of hard work being done behind the scenes to get us to where we are today. And there's gonna takes a lot more hard work as well to get us to where we want to be, and we're prepared to do that.